One ascetic, trembling with fear, said, "Ever since your Tharuskas became officials of this city, such disturbances have occurred. The kingdom was very peaceful when you were not here. It is only after your Tharuskas came that we have seen abuses, forced conversions, and cow slaughter." When Hekchamanayaka rose at those words, the ascetic who had spoken was overcome with extreme fear. However, Hekchamanayaka did not respond to the ascetic but said, "Ascetics should find God through their practice and guide ordinary people on the path to salvation. They should not meddle in politics. Are there no bad people in the Hindu religion? Ravana, Duryodhan, Kichka, all of them were bad. Did they not commit murders and abuses? Even in ancient times, why did Kulotunga Chola destroy Vaishnav temples in his kingdom? Fanatics and bad people are not confined to any particular religion. Bad people exist in every community and caste, and so do good people. We should despise bad people, not castes or religions. Change your narrow-minded view that all Tharuskas are bad. Do you know how many Tharuska soldiers risked their lives for this kingdom? Do you know how many Tharuskas are enriching the kingdom through their businesses? See the good and bad in people and despise the bad, not the religion." Upon hearing this, the ascetic fell silent and did not speak further. Then, a Tharuska religious leader stood up and said, "Well done, Hussain, for saying that. Without our Khadir and Hussain, could this kingdom have survived until now? If we had wanted, it would have long become our kingdom by now. Do you think we should be driven out of this kingdom? Would this kingdom even exist without us?" Hekchamanayaka, feeling a surge of anger, thought that he should control himself and not speak out of turn. He closed his eyes for a moment, took a deep breath, and then said, "My mother named me Hechana, and the people of this kingdom named me Hekchamanayaka. I find satisfaction when addressed by these two names rather than by Hussain. Once, Mallanayaka recognized me, educated me, and chose me as his successor, which is why I am at this level today. If he had left me as an orphan, where would I be now? Even though this kingdom is not of our ancestors, it provided refuge and livelihood to them. Isn't it wrong to think of conquering this kingdom that has given us high status? Jainism was born and flourished here. Buddhism was born and flourished here. This kingdom has the quality of assimilating anyone. Yet, some of us are reluctant to integrate with them. Even if they refuse, we were born here, grew up here, and we should integrate with this land. Why do you speak like this despite knowing that Ulugh Khan's conspiracy is to divide us? A few months ago, we saw that common people were united. It is we, the leaders, who are now trying to divide them for higher positions. This should not happen. Only by staying united can we face our enemies. If the ascetics doubt our loyalty to the kingdom, we should show our loyalty with our actions. There should be no division among us. Now, let's stop the meaningless arguments and discuss how to resolve the current issue. Please understand. The Tharuska religious leader responded, "Forgive me, Hekchamanayaka. We often call ourselves traitors in our anger and think that meeting with enemies would be better. But we have the desire to save this kingdom. Tell me what you want me to do to resolve this issue and protect the kingdom. I will prove my loyalty to the kingdom by doing it." Hekchamanayaka smiled slightly and said, "There is no need for you to do anything right now. Just stay calm." With the arguments having settled, Hekchamanayaka went to the king and said, "King, if you permit, I will go inside and take responsibility for bringing out the devotees who are held hostage without any harm. But Gunde, who was present, asked, "What will you do if you bring them out? If anyone dies inside the temple will become polluted." Will become polluted. To purify the temple, it would need to be closed for several years and go through cleansing rituals. It would not be good for the kingdom if this temple, which performs daily rituals for the royal family, is closed. So, can you guarantee us that no harm will come to anyone inside? Guaranteeing the safety of enemies while going to war, what's the point of that? But Hekchamanayaka replied, "I promise that no harm will come to anyone inside the temple." Gunde was not satisfied with that response and asked, "What if there is a loss of life inside the temple?" Hekchamanayaka, unsure how to respond, thought for a moment and said, "If any harm comes to the temple, I will leave Islam, adopt your religion, and personally undertake the temple purification rituals." At that statement, everyone present fell silent. But before Gunde could say anything further, a sage intervened. "If we waste more time here, the fanatics inside might kill someone. If the temple is desecrated, what will anyone do then? Hekchamanayaka, I wish you success. Go and return victorious. But do your best to ensure the temple remains unharmed. Victory be yours," and he blessed him. Other sages there gave similar blessings. Hekchamanayaka instructed a soldier outside to inform the fanatics inside the temple that he was coming to surrender. The soldier went to the closed temple door and loudly conveyed the message. At the same time, as it was time for the afternoon prayer, Hekchamanayaka and the Thoruskas there washed their feet, hands, face, and ears with the water from the nearby well, spread clean garments in front of the temple, and completed their prayer. After the prayer, one of those present advised Hekchamanayaka, "Proceed with caution. Leave no demon inside." As he went inside the temple, Swati stood at a distance looking sorrowful. He signaled her to come closer. Seeing this, she ran up to him and stood beside him. "Why are you so worried? Are you afraid of what might happen when I go inside?" he asked. Wiping her tears, she replied, "Don't say that, nothing will happen to you." "Then why do you look so sad? Do you remember how I first saw you in this temple and forgot myself?" Hekchamanayaka said, patting her lightly on the chest, with a smile that overcame her tears. Seeing the smile on her face, he asked, "Shall I go now?" "Say you will return," she said. He gave a small smile, said nothing further, and went towards the temple's main entrance. Outside the temple, the relatives of the hostages were crying and begging Hekchamanayaka to save them. Hekchamanayaka nodded silently and moved past them to the thick wooden door of the temple. As he reached the door, a small side door opened that allowed only one person to pass through. As Hekchamanayaka entered through the small door, it closed behind him. Once inside, a hefty man sealed the door and led Hekchamanayaka towards the area where the hostages were kept. There, about 30 of the fanatics were standing with small knives and heavy clubs. Upon seeing Hekchamanayaka, the leader of the fanatics asked, "Are you Hekchamanayaka?" "Yes, I am Hekchamanayaka. I have come to surrender, so release all of them," Hekchamanayaka replied. "We will release them all, but why only them? I have heard that Hekchamanayaka is a great warrior. Let's see if you can defeat our foemen," said the leader, signaling 4 of his men to attack. 4 fanatics stepped forward towards Hector. One of them, trying to move faster than the others, attempted to strike. Hector quickly disarmed him and used his own knife to cut the man's throat in an instant. Although the throat was nearly severed, remembering his promise to cause no harm to anyone in the temple, he struck the man on the neck to render him unconscious instead. The remaining 3 stood stunned for a moment, not understanding what had just happened. After a brief pause, they attacked him all at once. Hector then defeated them as well and taunted the leader, "Is this all the strength your men have? 4 are not enough for me. If you can, send more, and you come too." Provoked by this, the leader sent another 8 of his men. This was exactly what Hector wanted. As these men came, he used his fingers as weapons, striking mainly at their necks. Every part of their body he hit rendered them useless. None of the men who were struck by Hector were able to get up. With all the hostages on one side having been beaten and fallen, Hector took this opportunity to lead them to a room leading to the dungeon. He put them all in that room and, closing the door, instructed them to lock it from the inside and not open it until he returned and called them. Having secured the hostages in a safe room, Hector took a deep breath and boldly leapt forward to confront the remaining fanatics. He fought well for a while, but when the leader of the fanatics struck him on the neck with a club, Hector lost his balance. Seizing this opportunity, the fanatics all began to beat him mercilessly. After enduring many blows, Hector fell to the ground, struggling to breathe. The man who had protected the city of Hampi like the eyelid of an eye now lay without even being able to open his eyelids. Seeing his pitiable condition, the temple also seemed to mourn silently. "Beating him is enough. Let's kill him now." "Get a knife," the leader of the fanatics said, and one of his followers handed him a knife. Holding the knife, the fanatic bent over Hector, who was sprawled on the ground, and grabbed his hair to lift his head. At that moment, Khadir, who had been missing until then, arrived running and shouted, "Hey! What did you say to me? What are you doing? I helped you because you promised to make Hector the king of this realm. Why are you trying to kill him?" The fanatic leader, smiling, replied, "We came here to kill him. I lied to you. If you step aside, I'll kill him and go on my way." "I will not agree to kill Hector, Khadir obstructed him. "The orders we received were to kill you too if you obstruct us. I have permission. Why do you resist unnecessarily?" "Step aside," the leader said, pushing Khadir aside. Posted by For the next episode of Hector, comment next episode and subscribe my channel. Press the bell icon for next updates. Thank you. See you in next video.